Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Cullivan, and today is day 2 of week 1 of Unit 5 in reading. Our big question this month is, why is everything in nature always changing? So we're going to review the vocabulary words that we talked about yesterday, learn some new ones today. All right, here we go. First vocabulary word is begin. And we talked about that yesterday. Do you remember what begin means? It means to start. If something is starting, it's beginning. What vocabulary word is this, boys and girls? Day. That's right. The time between sunrise and sunset is the day. How about this one, boys and girls? End. The last part of something. When something is finished, it has ended. All stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Our next vocabulary word is Earth. Earth is the planet that we live on. Maybe someday we can live on Mars or on the moon, but right now Earth is the only planet where people live. Our next vocabulary word is moon. That's right. This is our moon, a natural satellite that travels around or orbits a planet. When can we usually see the moon in the sky? At nighttime. Sometimes you can see it during the day. It's up there always. We just can't always see it. And sometimes it looks different to us in the sky. It's always a shape of like a globe or a ball. That's called a sphere. But sometimes it doesn't look like that when we look up at it in the sky. What vocabulary word is this, boys and girls? That's right, it's night, the time between sunset and sunrise. When the sun goes down and it's dark is nighttime, night. What vocabulary word is this? You remember? Shadows. That's right. It's fun to make shadows with a flashlight. And our next vocabulary word, stars. Large balls of gas burning up there in the sky, far, far away from us out in space. They look like little dots of light to us, but they're actually burning balls of gas. Our next vocabulary word is a new one for us today, and that is the word appear. Appear. Can you say appear? Appear. If something appears, you can see it. It comes into your sight. So you're looking across the ocean and you just see the water, and suddenly the shark appears jumping out of the water. All right? Or the mirrors on the cars always say that the objects in the mirror are closer than they appear, closer than they look. All right? Or you might say something like, he appears to be upset. Means like he looks like he's upset. All right, our next vocabulary word is motion. Everybody say motion. Motion. Good. Another word for motion is like things that are moving. If you're in motion, you're moving. The opposite of that is still. That was me being still. I had no motion. But if my head is in motion, it's moving. Next word is observe. Everybody say observe. Observe. Good. Observe means to watch. So as a scientist, you're always observing things. So these kids are observing this plant, maybe looking for little small things with the magnifying glass. This man is observing his plant. Maybe he planted this and he's observing it to see if it's grown. This guy's observing using those binoculars to look far away. And these kids look like they're in science class and they're observing whatever's in the cup, something small and interesting. But observe means to watch. So if you sit and you look at something, you're observing it. Next word is pattern. Everybody say pattern. Pattern. Now in math, we talk about patterns all the time, number patterns, we skip count. It's something that repeats over and over again. But patterns can also be pictures. You might remember in kindergarten doing things like square, circle, square, circle. That's a pattern because it repeats over and over again. You could also do something every day, and that would be a pattern. We are going to see a lot of patterns in nature, things that repeat over and over again. Next word is repeat. Everybody say repeat, repeat. To repeat, you're either doing something or you're saying the same thing again. So I could say a word, house, and then repeat it. House, say the word again. Or you might do the action, and that might repeat. Things in nature repeat. We'll learn about those. And this is a parrot, which is a bird that repeats what people say. All right. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about grammar. And we have been talking about complete sentences, and you're getting pretty good at that. So now I want to talk about, there are actually 4 different kinds of sentences you can write. And the first one I want to talk about is a statement. Can you say statement? Statement. A statement you use to tell something, and it ends with a period. So if you just want to say something, you want to tell me something, you're not asking me or yelling or demanding, you're just telling me something. That's a sentence. I like pizza. Many people like to look at the stars. The stars are far away. Those are just statements. You're just telling me something. It has a capital, and then for those kind of sentences, it gets a period at the end. Tomorrow we'll talk about questions, which is another kind of sentence. But today we're just going to talk about statements. Well, that's it for today, boys and girls. Thanks for listening and paying attention. I hope you did, and I will see you again tomorrow.